cybersecurity. It is the national interest at stake. And I would respectfully suggest it's a patriotic obligation for you to invest as much as you can in making sure, and we will.
Dude, this is brutal. Welcome to the Bald Brad Show. Our lead story this morning is quite a serious one. We have Russia making cybersecurity threats against the United States. And this is so important that Joe Biden has actually given a speech on this, and I'm going to be doing a reaction video to that very speech. Now, I've seen a good portion of it, and I got to say, I hound Joe Biden and the administration all the time, but this is probably one of the best speeches Joe has ever given. The amount of time and effort that he put into it really comes across here, and it's probably something I haven't seen since he was debating Donald Trump. With that in mind, without further ado, let's go ahead and roll this speech.
Look, today my administration issued new warnings that based on evolving intelligence, Russia may be planning a cyber attack against us. And as I said, the magnitude of Russia's cyber capacity is fairly consequential.
So much energy, so much passion, and as you could see, I was joking with that opener. This guy doesn't care. He didn't even memorize the script. He's not even using a teleprompter for the first time. We're getting threats, I guess, from Russia. I mean, the amount of lack of care, I should say, this guy has is quite astonishing. But it keeps going. It keeps going.
And it's coming.
Russians, Papa. The Russians. This may be it.
And it's coming. The federal government is doing its part to get ready. But under U.S. law, as you all remember, the private sector, all of you, largely decides the protections that is.
Dude, this guy sounds like he is going to fall asleep at any moment. I mean, can you imagine being one of his aides in the room where they're practicing this speech and he's giving it and he's nodding off as he's giving a speech and you're trying to ramp him up like, come on, Joe, we could do it. Come on, Joe. Or, hey, Joe, can you just give us a little bit more energy here? And he's just not getting there. And so you asked to pump him full of adrenaline or whatever they used when he was debating Donald Trump going, yeah, can we just fly in the meds for Joe here? And his doctor saying no can do because it's going to mess with his heart medication. I mean, this guy clearly doesn't care. And I mean, it kind of makes sense, right, on what is going on with the United States, with our foreign affairs. And it's showing through this speech. This is probably how he handles his phone calls. This is probably how he handles his foreign affairs. He doesn't care. In front of people, he will say that he cares, but clearly his actions don't, especially with regards to cybersecurity, which granted happens all the time with China and Russia and our enemies. But I mean, at least show that you care a little bit, Joe. Don't do this to us here, buddy. Don't fall asleep.
You will or will not take in order to protect your sources. But let me be absolutely clear about something.
This is
it's
brutal.
Not just in your interest that are at stake when there's potential use of cybersecurity. It is the national interest at stake. And I would respectfully suggest it's a patriotic obligation for you to invest as much as you can in making sure, and we will.
Dude, this is brutal. I mean, I know I'm emphasizing it, but the lack of care in this man's voice is astonishing. It's either that he's really tired because he hasn't had his nap time, he's drugged up. I don't know what is going on with this guy, but this is not normal. This is definitely not normal from a president. I mean, if you go back to JFK days or even prior, when presidents first started being on TV, one of the big things that they learned was the personality, the kind of the PR of the president, how he looks, how he acts. That's why you get Joe Biden riding on a bicycle or trying to kind of like scurry around the stage to show that he's energetic. This is not energetic. This dude looks like he's barely holding it together right now. And I mean, if you're Russia or somebody else, I mean, like, why would you take this guy serious? Why would you even listen to him? And there are rumors out there that there's certain leaders of other countries that are not even taking his phone calls. If you were Donald Trump, you know somebody's going to be taking your phone call. You know people ain't messing around with you. Excuse me, is this Putin? Why aren't they talking? I'm going to nuke them all. I'm going to take them out. destroy them, obliterate them. Let CNN know the fake news in the back, they're all gone. All right, I'm gonna lead the free world to prosperity. This ain't gonna be put up with Donald Trump. And you see the energy with Donald Trump at his rallies, and then you see the president here, folks. What again is going on with this guy?
Will help in any way that you have built up your technological capacity to deal with cyber attacks.
Save yourself.
First, to protect your own companies. Second, that provides as providers of critical services that Americans rely on, from power to clean water. And finally, your role you can play in helping secure every American and every American's privacy.
All right. On one condition. Everybody pays cash.
Oh my God. Well, there you have it. The leader of the free world talking about cybersecurity threats, talking about Russia. And again, you just see the seriousness in his voice. You see the energy coming across here. This is the 46th president of the United States, folks. This is the best Democrats had. This is how deep their bench goes, right? They had Hillary Clinton. They saw how crazy she was. They saw how America hates her. And so what they do, they chauffeured out Joe here that's honestly barely alive. And I think this is probably the best representation of that. Fumbling through his words, not making coherent sentences, barely making coherent thoughts, looking like he's going to fall asleep a little bit. Where was this Joe? This was the Joe that we were expecting when he was debating Donald Trump, which, again, a lot of rumors out there allegedly is the fact that he was taking some sort of drugs. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. But I thought this would be a fun news story to show you this morning of our 46th president, barely making it, and we got 2 more years with this guy. So that's going to be a lot of fun. But with that being said, make sure you like and subscribe to this video, share with your friends and family all over social media. And folks, I will see you next time here on The Bald Brad Show.